joint venture running the Snowy Hydro 2.0 project is on notice after the union sounded the alarm on low morale, poor reporting standards and safety hazards. The Australian Workers Union has warned that the joint venture has been mismanaging safety and conditions at the site. To talk to us about this, Tony Callanan is the New South Wales Branch Secretary of the Australian Workers Union and joins us now. Tony, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
What's going on here? What are we when we're talking safety issues? What specifically are the problems?
Yeah, look, apart from the obvious hazardous industry that major construction projects involve, it's large-scale construction. We have lots of large machinery, heavy crane lifts, all the usual hazards that people in construction are used to dealing with. But on top of that, we have, because of the location of the job, we have the added the travel time on the hazardous roads. We have the long shifts being worked. We have the potentially unfamily-friendly rosters. Tie into that the mental health issues that have been generated through the mismanagement of the project, and it's just a disaster the way it's happened.
What do you mean by mismanagement of the project?
Well, the project is behind schedule before it started. The joint venture, we probably should sort of unpack the joint venture. I think the two companies, the name of the joint venture is Future Generation, but it is a joint venture between Salini, or they've now changed the name to WeBuild, and Cloth from Western Australia. I think they sort of hide behind the Future Generation banner a bit and overdoes the damage their everyday brand, but that's who we're talking about here. Major construction companies that should be able to manage things better than they are, but they're prioritising the building and the commissioning of the tunnel boring machine so they can start tunnelling ahead of building the camp, for example, which would eliminate a lot of the hazards around fatigue management, travelling on the roads, etc. Rather than getting the camp finished so that people are accommodated close to the work front, what we've seen is these people, and we continue to see, is workers accommodated in hotels and motels as far away as Cooma, spending up to an hour and a half, an hour 45 each day, travelling each way in a bus before and after their work. It's just an unreasonable practice that's been in place for some time. Some of your listeners might remember in December there was a road accident where a contractor on the site unfortunately lost his arm driving home in a storm. We've still got hundreds of workers travelling those roads every day now in snow and ice conditions. It's just a hazard that's added to an already dangerous job that could be avoided if the project had a focus on getting the camp built so they could accommodate people there rather than travelling them each way.
So you've had some success though in your negotiations with Snowy 2.0. What have been the results of that?
Well, Snowy 2.0 have responded to our media claims by saying that they have concerns also. Prior to our media release and the story that was run yesterday, Snowy 2.0, or Snowy Hydro actually, the customer of Snowy Hydro have been non-responsive at all, to be honest, same as Future Generation. I wrote to both of the companies in the middle of April, a 2.5-page letter detailing our concerns around rosters, fatigue management, mental health issues on site. And neither of the two companies bothered to even acknowledge receipt of that correspondence. Now, normally if a union writes to a company and says we're concerned you're going to kill somebody, you get a response at least telling you that you're wrong and that they take safety seriously. But neither of these companies ever bothered to reply. It's like they just ignored it, totally dismissed the concerns that we raised on behalf of workers on the site.
So they've ordered a comprehensive safety improvement plan. When is that likely to happen, and what sort of time frame have they put on it?
Yeah, we have no details of that. That only comes to light by Snowy Hydro when questioned by the media. It's that embarrassing, to be honest with you, for the two companies involved. If me or one of my organisers tries to ring one of the safety managers to raise a concern, they don't even call us back. So we have no detail of this so-called comprehensive improvement plan. Both companies have not engaged with the AWU or any of the other unions that are on the job at all in relation to safety. As I said, they ignored everything up until we done a media release, unfortunately.
Well, we'll chase it up from our end. Tony, keep us posted if there's any developments.
Will do. Thanks for your time.
Good on you. That's Tony Callanan from the AWU. He's the New South Wales branch secretary. If